One would wonder, how could a cow be harmful to our environment and how is it contributing to climate change? Well, here are the stats and facts on why the beloved cow is a part of the growing problem of climate change. Beef and dairy production contributes to the increasing presence of methane and carbon dioxide gases, which are greenhouse gases, thus leading to the greenhouse effect, which absorbs heat on Earth, making the Earth's atmosphere warmer. Though this is a natural occurring process, it is occurring at an increased rate due to human activity, which includes beef and dairy production. Total emissions from global livestock represent 14.5% of all anthropogenic greenhouse gas emissions, and cattle raised for both beef and milk represents about 65% of the livestock sector's emissions. Emissions are highest for beef, estimating at almost 300 kilograms of carbon dioxide per kilogram of protein produced.
One would believe that cows are the real culprit behind the increasing presence of carbon dioxide, but that is not the case. It actually comes from transportation and the everyday work of maintaining dairy and beef farming and production, which is human activity. Carbon dioxide emitted by modern dairy production from fossil fuel combustion for on-farm use, transportation, and electricity generation has been considered a net source of greenhouse gases. As for methane, it is reported that livestock are the most important source of anthropogenic methane emissions. Approximately 44% of livestock emissions are in the form of methane. For example, the cow produces significant amounts of methane as part of their normal digestive system. This is important because since there is an ever-increasing demand for beef and dairy in the world, there is a need for more cows to be used in production.
Since there is a demand for beef and dairy around the world, that means there needs to be more land for production to occur. All over the world, there is deforestation occurring to meet that demand. To make room for cattle, entire ecosystems like the Amazon rainforest are being cleared out by setting them on fire or cutting them down. This process is known as deforestation. Deforestation contributes to climate change due to trees releasing a great amount of carbon once they've been burned or cut down. 46 to 58,000 square miles of forest land are lost annually due to deforestation.
Now, you may be asking yourself, how can one person make a difference? Your individual actions can mean a lot. There are many things you can do as a consumer. One way is doing your research and see what farms are sustainably producing meat and dairy products for consumers, or you can limit your meat and dairy intake in your diet. As of now, there are a lot more meat and dairy alternatives available to consumers than there used to be. Your local Safeway has an abundant selection of meat and dairy alternatives. For example, you can see here a few of my favorite coffee creamer and milk alternatives. For dairy alternatives, there is a lot of variety, such as coconut, almond, soy, and oat milks. There are also quite a few snack options that are non-dairy. For example, you can see here that the brand Silk carries many flavors of yogurt that are made with almond milk rather than dairy milk. For the meat lovers out there who are worried about switching to a plant-based diet due to a possible lack of protein, there is no need to worry. You can still get your protein. You are not limited to only meat. There is Beyond Meat, tofu, green leafy vegetables such as spinach, kale, and broccoli. For all the cheese lovers out there, fear not, for there is also an assortment of cheese alternatives that come in a variety of styles, including mozzarella and cheddar. As we said earlier, transport emissions are a part of the problem of climate change with cattle, so we encourage you to buy locally. Just in Davis alone, we have the farmers market in downtown that offers many options for meat and dairy from small local farms. If we all make an effort to reduce our meat and dairy intake, we can tackle climate change better than ever.